Good morning, YouTube. How we doing this lovely morning? Well, I thought I'd start my day out and do a live broadcast. People don't know, being a truck driver, you're alone 99.9% of the time. So it's always fun to have even I call it an imaginary family, but it's a family. Good morning, everybody. You know, I was reminded of a story when I first started driving big rigs because I've always been a loner, and I would always, when I would park at the truck stops. This happened before Trump, got in office. I would sit in the lounge. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I would sit in the lounge and watch TV, and but people would start up conversations with you, and I would always get mad and upset, and I was like, and then it just dawned on me: these truck drivers are alone just as much as I am, and they just want somebody to talk to. And a lot of times I would get out and I'd be sitting somewhere, just because when you drive an 18 wheel, a lot of times you just want to get out that truck because this thing is you know a jail cell is bigger than what I presently live in for a month at a time. You know, and it dawned on me a lot of times these guys just want someone to talk to. And it changed my attitude a lot and humbled me up because I got to the point where, oh, wait a minute, this guy's lonely, and you really just got you humble your heart and talk to people. Lately, since the COVID, I be honest with you, I don't. Only time I get out of this truck is to walk, go shopping for food, and personal business. You know what I mean? But it it gets it gets to you after a while, and that's when it's time to go home. Um, I've been waking up a little late the last couple of days, and guess what? That's telling me it's time to go home. Can't go home yet, but your body feels different because normally you're doing 10, 11, 12 hours on, then you're allowed 10 hours to sleep, and then you got to get back up and do it again, like what I'm doing right now. I'm presently, I believe I'm in Virginia. I'm in Virginia on Interstate 81 heading south. I'm going to um, Knoxville, Tennessee, to drop this load off. Then I got to turn around and head north again, back into West Virginia to pick up a load and go into Laredo. That's why I'm really happy about that because as a truck driver, you get paid by the mile. So hey, I need some long miles to take me through the weekend. Hey, no biggie, no biggie at all. But I just want to say thank you for coming in and taking some time and listening to a brother. Is sometimes normally what I do is I start the day and I turn on YouTube and I listen to someone's channel. You hear me listening. I don't be watching because that's kind of dangerous. So we're gonna put that into perspective. I don't be watching, but I be out there listening. Lot of folk, lot of folks. We get to the point where maybe like today, this is just an up to prompt live, but I'm gonna start being like Urban Garden Chronicles, and I'm gonna have like I gotta start thinking about subjects that I want to start talking about. Oh, actually, I do have a subject. Um, in one of the lives last night, one of the people was bringing up the money that they were spending, to keep their YouTube going, and but they're not monetized yet. And there was a lot of suggestions and a lot of things that were brought up, but it kind of reminded me because it kind of hit me. Um, I need to slow down too. I need to slow my roll. What do I mean by that? Well, I've one of the things that I like to do is to tinker on lawnmowers. I'm addicted to Facebook Marketplace, and I'm always looking for a deal, and I found quite a few. But I had to look at, okay, I got bills to pay, and I got I have something that I really love doing. What's more important? And for a while I started making excuses. Well, the more important is what I love doing. Wait a minute, wait a minute. And sometimes your own self starts talking to you. A lot of people say, "Oh, don't talk to yourself. Don't talk down to yourself." I'm not talking down to myself. I have to be reminded in a harsh way, reality. And what I say by reality, myself talks to me and say, "Hey, stupid. If you spend all the money on stuff you love, you won't have those credit cards to buy that stuff you love. You won't have, you know, that vehicle you driving. You won't have, food to eat. You won't have all this other stuff. Wait a minute, fool. You gotta pay that stuff first." And that's yeah, it's a little childish to think like that, but it's still the truth. I had to remind myself, oh, I need to slow down. I need to slow down. Because like right now, I'm working on a Ryan Green Air core aerator. This is a professional core aerator. It was originally used by you know uh, golf courses, and the thing is, it's almost dang near 20 years old. They half make the stuff. So I'm looking for pieces and stuff like that. And actually, what the tines and what do I mean by tines? That's the little pointy things that poke in the ground. Or see a core aerator, because like for example, where I live, my lawn is so compacted that it when it rains, it just rolls off. It doesn't go into the ground, and that's what you actually need. When the water hits the ground, it's supposed to be absorbed. And for years, it hasn't been. And I've been meaning to rent a core aerator. And I said, you know what? Instead of me rent one, I might as well get one or buy one or whatever. And so I can't. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I can't read your comments because I'm driving and we don't want me to crash. But I'll read them a little later. But what I was saying is, um, I needed to get a core aerator. And the smart way is to rent one, but I ain't kind of smart sometimes. And I said, I'd rather own one. And if you check my videos, I got it started and actually working now. I just need to fix the tires, and I need to get the tine holders. And what I mean by tine holes, those are the little pointy spikes that go into the ground to aerate the lawn and make these big holes to open the lawn, to open the ground up, so it'll actually accept rainwater and all that stuff like that. Uh, Folks that live in Georgia, I see Ruth and GA. Yeah, exactly. Folks that live in Georgia, we have uh, our, our ground is clay, is red Georgia clay, so it has to be broken up. Well, those tines and the tine holder, I need one, two, three. I need six tine holders. Guess how much they cost? They cost between $50 to $65 a piece. So whoever had owned this before I bought it at auction took them suckers off. The tines themselves, which is two apiece, so I'm going to need 12. They're between 11 to $25 a piece, depending on what types of one. And what am I saying by that? Well, guess what? All that I just said to you, that price costs more than what I paid for the machine. So now what I got to do is I have to step back. Yeah, I love to do this, but I got bills to pay. Two, I want to do something I love. But what I got to do is the adult things. Okay, like we said, we got to grow up. I got, y'all see pictures of me. I got a lot of great, but I've never done stuff for myself. And I got to remember, hold up, I got responsibilities, I got stuff like this. Yeah, I love doing YouTube, but I got to slow my roll on YouTube. So what I'm doing, I got to look for cheaper uh, ways, and also still fix my machine. What I mean by that, I got to bend in one of my rims in the front. So instead of buying a whole new tire, which I can, I'm thinking I'll get $11 inner tube, stick it in there, fill that tire up because it's not bent a lot. It's bent enough so it won't hold air. That's $11 instead of $60 to get that tire fixed. And I'm thinking about the two tires in the back. Let me just go ahead and get two inner tubes, put them in there, get them going. So now I'll have it moving. I've already bought two tine holders. Got them on sale, not on sale, but it cost me about $100. I'm gonna start buying the holders for those two, which is four, and then maybe either once a week buy another piece or once every 2 weeks. What am I saying by that? We got to be a little bit responsible. Yes, I want people to watch my channel. Um, one of my main uh, videos, because when you look at your analytics, I have men, grown men, my age and above. They look at the video I did on my Husqvarna. That's my driving lawnmower. So common sense would say, "Hey, do more stuff with that lawnmower." Yeah, but I was looking. I'm going to get, it's a piece that, you know, when you drive a lawnmower, there's a roller you can put in the back of the lawnmower, and it can make stripes. Well, there's a special one that's made just for that Husqvarna. I could get that, but guess how much that cost? That cost about $400. I want to get it. I want to do that video, but I got to weigh the pros and the cons, because guess what? I got we everybody think I'm balling, but I'm really not. Uh, I have a cruise coming up in March, but I've been waiting on this cruise for about 3 years. That cruise has been paid off for about 3 years. We had to cancel it because it was on the Carnival Mardi Gras. We had to cancel that cruise. Why you say you had to cancel it? Because of COVID. And they gave us $600 onboard cruise credit. What that mean? That's free $600 to, because they had to cancel that cruise. And so we rebooked it for, March of this year. So I got $600 to play with on my next cruise coming up. And I also get an extra $100 because I own stock in Carnival. See, a lot of people, a lot of folks, I love watching them, budget, y'all, they put money aside. Guess what you can also do? And look, it don't cost you nothing to open up an account. I opened up an account at TD Ameritrade to put a few dollars in here and there. And guess what I started buying? I started buying cruise ship stock. Why? Because that's what I do. I cruise. So hey, might as well get some of my money back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a stock expert, but I put it in stuff that I use. I also have shares in American Airlines. I got 100 shares in them. Why? Because I use American Airlines. I also have stock in what? Kellogg's, because I love me some Kellogg's cornflakes. Hey, guess what? Them stocks are growing. They've dropped a whole lot, but they guess what? You got to be in that mess for the long run, you know. And there's been a few times that I've sold some of my shares so I could get me another lawnmower. Yes, I am addicted, but it is what it is. But back to my original thing that I was talking about, because I can and will go off into a tangent. Uh, you got to remember, because a lot of folks, I'm get people to come to my channel. That's good. It's good and great, and I'm gonna get I'm a cash app you $5 here, $5. That's great if you have the money, if you have the spare money. But don't be like me. And a lot of times I gotta be reminded. And I have good friends that one friend told me my good friend told me last night. He said, "Why don't you stop buying? You stop buying 10 or 20 tools for now, and you can save up for another cruise." And I got mad at him. And I was like, "Oh, I'm not stop buying my tools." Then I had to realize, hold up, I have let's think about this. I th- everything is a compromise. If I want to buy another piece of equipment, or if I want to buy another thing, guess what? I need to save up for it. Instead of just throwing it out there, because there's some stuff I want to give away too on my YouTube page. But I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna wait till when I hit 500. I want to. It's either gonna be at the 500 mark or the 1,000 mark. I'm gonna give away. I might give away the one I have right now, or get a new one. It's called a gimbal. What I mean by gimbal, that's what you put your phone on, and you could, instead of you holding it with your hand to record videos and stuff like that, it's got a handle on it, and it's got counterweights, so it keeps that camera steady. And that's what you see when you see people making real professional movies. They got really giant, big gimbals, and it keeps everything steady. You can guide it to go left, you can guide it to go right. And I was thinking about I might do a giveaway and either give my old one an upgrade, or do a give away a new one. But guess what? I'm going, instead of me just outright buying it, I'm gonna make a decision when I start getting close and save up for it, and then I'm gonna give it away. Another thing I want to do, I want to give away, because I have a lot of women that follow me and that I follow. I want to give away a Coach bag. What do you mean by that? Well, when I got married, I met my wife, and it's now a tradition. We've been together 8 years. I have bought her two Coach bags per year and gave them to her on Christmas. I'm actually a professional pocketbook buyer, and a lot of women don't even believe that. I know what style she likes, I know what color she likes, and I'm very good at picking it out. What do you mean by that? Well, being a truck driver, Um, I pass through a lot of outlet. What do they call it? Outlet malls, and a lot of the places have closed down, but Coach Bag and Michael Kors are still open. And what do? Well, sometimes they have 50% off, sometimes they have 60% off. I've had many times where they've had 80% off. And yeah, it's not a Gucci bag, which is, rich people don't actually use those things, but it is still a nice looking pocketbook where I could get it for this many times that I've gotten stuff that said $500, $600, and I paid 50, $60 for it. And I was thinking maybe, see, because I start hunting for my Christmas gifts for these pocketbooks now for my wife, and I hide them throughout the, you know, I hide them throughout wherever. I'm not gonna say nothing because if just in case you watch this video, I hide them and pull them out when it's time, when the time is right. But I make sure. Am I sure this is the right word? Because I remember one time my silly behind. Uh, m- uh, I remember one time. Good morning, last Jerry. I see the L's. I know who that is. One time I bought. I thought it was a pocketbook. See, this is the beginning of my my pocketbook enthusiastic buying streak. I thought it was a pocketbook, but turns out it was a baby bag. And I gave it to the boy. She's all, oh, thank you, thank you. And then she tell me later she went back and traded it in because it was a baby bag. Because my wife like the big old ones. She wear them out. That's why I buy them. I mean, but first time, like I said, I bought a I bought a, I look, oh, that's big and so on sale. I'm gonna get it. It was a baby bag. And I was like, I felt like a fool, But I was like, well, if I'm that good at it, I that ain't too, I shouldn't be that good at it. She was laughing, and but go back to it. A lot of times I walk into these stores, and I'm looking all scraggly because when I'm on the road, I don't shave because I don't care. I ain't trying to pick up no women. Uh, you know, but my trucking clothes look beat up as all get out. But I have I'm on the prowl, and I always give these women in the Cold store, the Michael Kors store, I always give them a lecture. And the first one that when they what they'll do is, can I help you or do you need some help? No, I'm just looking. But I remember that you said, can I help you or do you need some help? The reason I say that is a lot of in these Coach bags, Michael Kors, so they get paid commission for selling. So I say, I usually if I go get something, I say, well, that lady right there gave it to me. She helped me, even if she didn't. And then I go to her and say, look, let me tell you something. Just because I look the way I look didn't mean I was not going to buy something. And I told the person at the cashier, you helped me because you acknowledged my presence in this store. Just because I'm a man don't mean nothing. I done bought, what do you say? It's 8 years. That's 16 bags. So that means I'm on the prowl looking, but it is what it is. But I just wanted to tell that story. But I got a mil. I got hey guys, I got a million of them. But also another thing is I'm on the prowl because I need to do a video about my yard, my home. We've been in there for what 7 years. My home is graded. It just makes you with the guy that built our house. It makes you want to. I wish I could find him and knock him the heck out because they graded it. It's graded so horrible that when it rains, I get runoff from the neighbor's lawn and my driveway. Um, uh, I got if y'all look, there's a video. I did some shorts on it. Go back and see the original video. I got 18 tons of dirt. I was so cheap. Instead of renting a not a backhoe, it's called a skid steer. Instead of renting a skid steer, I moved all that stuff and I dug a French drain. I moved all that stuff and piled that dirt in the valley because the way my backyard is, it goes down in a slant. And over the years, that slant has become a valley, and it wore away a lot of dirt and a lot of topsoil. Like actually, most of my front and back yard had no topsoil left. I've over the years of lawn care destruction, um, have made a topsoil. My front lawn, I've killed so much sod that instead of me picking it up, I just left it there and I threw dirt on top of it. I built up, because I again all that runoff. But back to the backyard, I'm looking, I'm on the prowl looking for either free dirt where I just had to pay for someone to deliver it. A lot of these trucking companies, then when they do um, construction, they got to find a place to get rid of that dirt. And I'm always on the prowl, always on the lookout to say, hey, bring that mess to my house, and I will put it down because that last load I had, it had boulders in it, rocks and all kinds. Shoot, I put that down. I put that under the dirt and covered it up because you know what? That stuff, those rocks, big, small, and indifferent, it stops the erosion. The erosion is it's very important. It stops it. Also, another thing, what I'm on the lookout for is these tree companies. And what they do is they shred up those trees, the tree branches, and all that stuff. And what they do, they got to go dump that somewhere. I remember I had a tree company was coming through the main road. I'm on the main road, and I walked up and said, "Hey, buddy, what do y'all do with all that shredded stuff in the back?" He said, "Oh yeah, well we got to take it to our yard and dump it." I said, "Do you mind after y'all done? Can you back that mess up into my backyard and dump it there?" He said, "Heck yeah." They came back and dumped that. What I did is I threw it all over the backyard. And why you say that? Because if you go to in down here in Georgia, they don't sell topsoil. That ain't soil. That ain't dirt. What that is it's nothing but trees, shredded tree branches. And they what they do is they just dye it black. So you think it's dirt. No, shredded tree branches. What I did is I just covered a lot of my stuff. I'm going to be on the prowl, for some more. I covered a lot of stuff in my yard and um, let that break down. And what I do is I have it's a termite. It's a termite spray. To kill termites. And what I do is I just walk around with my sprayer and spray all the whole yard. So because the termites they come, you know, I'm trying not to get them close to the house. You know what I mean? That's another thing. But yeah, what we do, I'm always on the lookout for stuff. I actually found a load of free salt. This rich guy in downtown. I forgot where it was. It was in it was somewhere in downtown Atlanta where you literally these people were driving in their neighborhood. They were driving around in the golf carts, and I'm like, oh, I said can't afford to live here. But he originally tried to sell us sod, and nobody would buy it. So he said, "Forget it. I need to get it out of here." And I came with my little trailer, came and got it, and he he was telling me he's surrounded by trees and he can't go certain grass. And I'm telling him, look, bro, you might want to think about that because I'm going through the same thing where I live. I'm surrounded by trees. The reason I say when I get home, I might do a video on that. Last live, my wife was on there, and she said, "We ain't surrounded by trees. We only got 4 trees in the front." Okay, that is so far from the not true. She thinking the trees that are on our property. But guess what? There's a row of trees to the left of me. There's a row of trees to the right of me. The row of trees to the left of me is that's half of those trees are on my property. There's a row of trees behind me. So I'm like what do you say that? Squared in. And all those trees, certain types of grass, need a certain amount of light. So that's why I'm trying again in the front with Bermuda. I have I dropped some Bermuda sod. Uh, hey, good morning, Mike. I know your emoji. I'm trying to figure out. I think I dropped a good amount of sod in the front of Bermuda, but to the right, I need to put. I'm doing going to do zoysia. I think zoysia, the right of the sod on my front. I'm gonna do like a strip, 2 or 3 strips of zoysia because that works better in the shade. And like certain parts of my front lawn are shaded more than other parts of my lawn. Do you see what I'm saying? And yeah, you gotta figure out. Okay, sh- I should be getting it right now because it's the cheapest. But again, I go back to the other part because yes, I know I'm all over the place here. I go to the other part of I have to make sure my bills are paid. I'm getting ready for a cruise coming up. Um, my wife's birthday is coming up. Um, my anniversary is coming up. Uh, so all that stuff is like it's coming. It's coming to like okay, I like doing what I like doing, but I don't want to be miserable doing what I like doing because I forgot about the cruise. I forgot about the my anniversary. Or then I'll be dead. Y'all won't see me on there. I'll be like, how come? How come? Darren slash can't stop walking ain't doing no videos because his wife killed him. No, I gotta think about stuff first. So you gotta have that middle ground. And so I'm going back to the original story. I'm full of them. You gotta have that original when you're trying to grow your channel, and you got to do what's right for you. If you believe, I mean, and it's a difference of opinion. If you believe what's going to get people to come to your channel is giving away money, make sure you got the money to give away. Don't just give away money and then go, "Oh, actually, I should have used that to get some. I needed gas to get back and forth to work." No, 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 no. You know, because we get excited. A lot of folks are getting. I remember I said when I first started, I said Miss T with the T. And I didn't realize that you'll lose a lot of subscribers because you ain't following them back or yada yada yada. And I said, this sucks. I don't like doing this. If I don't like doing this YouTube. If 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 I if I if I lose another person, I I'm gonna stop doing this YouTube. I think I said, when I stop having fun, I'm not gonna do this no more. And she was very, very nice and didn't say nothing negative. And she said, I hear you," because she probably went through it. And I, that's when I started to understand, hey, you gotta have fun. You know, you gotta have you gotta have fun. I know a lot of folks want to get there. They want to get it so bad that they get burnt out. Um, I don't want to get it that bad. I am. I said it in another video. I have enough equipment to start a lawn care business. So that's my end game. You know what I mean? When I'm ready to do it, I might, I might do it, I might not. Either way, I still like doing it. Um, have a plan. Get out there, have a plan, go through fruition, do what you do, get those contacts, work on a dedicated group of people your in your surroundings. Like Miss Patty, I always, I forgot. I go, hey, let me, because Miss Patty shows up. She shows up on my lives. I see you all the time. So that's why I go back. Well, hold on. I ain't been to her thing. Let me watch a few videos. A lot of people say, well, I can't watch everybody's video. Yeah, you're right. But I can remember people that have supported me. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike's. I see y'all. You can remember people that support you, and especially me driving. If it pops up on my while I'm listening to YouTube and the little shorts, I see a short there. Even though I'm driving, I can hit it, let it play, take a quick moment to hit that check button, hit that like button, and look and man, instead of typing in a whole long, hey, congratulations on your video, blah blah blah. I can at least put three smiles so you know I've been there and you know I watched it. Have fun, make an effort to go back to the people that have had your back. There's one lady I just started following her, and she must have had some free time because she went through about 30 of my shorts. And I thought, and then it dawned on me, wait a minute, this is the same. Hold up, I need to I need to reciprocate. I need to go back and do that because what I'm seeing is, yeah, you can get to that thousand because I've heard people say that you get to that thousand. Yeah, you can get to that uh uh the what are 3 or 4 thousand watch hours, and you got somebody that comes back and watch the video. So you got to figure out. You got to look at your analytics, and think about me. Uh, when it comes to doing my little log cam, my little video, I don't look at the obvious till later on. And the obvious is you got to look at the obvious. Okay, what are people watching? What do people look get excited about? I got, I tell you, I bought it at an auction, and it didn't dawn on me. I should have read up on it, and I went and bought another one. That's that. I got a real mower. Technically, a real mower is a professional mower. Is made to cut the lawn really, really low. And guess what? You got to have the right grass to cut that lawn really, really low. I bought this real mower, and it was actually salvaged. They said it ain't working. It's not this, not that. And I played with it and didn't realize how extremely expensive the parts are for this thing. But it turns out it was a $50 switch that was bad. I changed that, got the thing working, and but it just dawned on me. It's got like a lever. If you look at my short, it's called a John Deere. Uh, uh, it's a John Deere greens mower. It's a real mower. This thing weighs a ton, but you push the lever forward, and the thing takes off like a rocket. Okay. Well, it didn't dawn on me. You just push the lever forward. It's got a like slight click to it, and you go and you walk with it. But you're actually going to be running with it because it takes off. And it didn't dawn on me. Let that handle go. So I look like a complete fool. But guess what? I got I got I think it's like 3,000 views on that short. Think about it. I need to make some more videos with that mower. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking that way. I'm thinking, well, I got to work it. I put it to the side and see back to the real mower. You got to cut your lawn with that thing once you get it going 3 to 4 times a week. I'm not at home like that. So that lawnmower, guess what? How much you pay for it? I paid about 200. Cost me probably about 100 in gas, whatever, to go get it. That lawnmower is worth about, if I got the transport wheels and the grass catcher, it could be up to 3 grand. for that lawnmower. But guess how much? Nobody sells the transport wheels for that. Transport wheels is because it rolls on a metal barrel, and the transport wheels, brand new, they cost these little ass lawnmower wheels cost $600 a piece. Originally, I'm thinking this lawnmower when it was brand new was probably about $10,000. You feel me? Um, yeah, I'm learning about these things that I've been buying, and guess what? I went and bought another one like a dumb behind. But the other one was a Toro. It was like spur of the moment. I've been waiting all day on this auction. I even fell and had a nap. Woke up, the auction was still going. It was in the dark, and the guy finally came to one of the last things I wanted. And right before that was this Toro Greensmaster 1000. So I started pressing the button. I started pressing the button. You know, you a lot of times if you're gonna go to an auction, man, have a set what I'm gonna get, my set price, and stay firm with that. Don't be like me. I get on that auctions and I just I start pressing the button. No, you ain't gonna effing outbid me, dag nabbit. And I'm sitting there, I'm pressing that button and I'm begging on, and the next thing you know, I I won. I won. Then I'm like, wait a minute, I really don't need this thing. Oh man, but actually needs that the grease mower needs a belt, and it needs a belt. It it's a small belt. It's like 15 to 16 bucks. A switch that I can actually disengage that belt, and a cover, and I just need to fix the tires on there, and that'll actually be an operational lawnmower. Um, Depending on my mood, I might sell it, might not. I could probably. That's another one I paid, but $200 for. That's another one I could probably get if I did want to just hold out. I could probably get $1,000 for it. But I kind of like my collection. I'm gonna slow down. I'm not gonna buy no more lawnmowers because actually I kind of I don't have no room. I kind of don't have no room. Let's see what she said. Yeah, hey Mike, oh, you need to look at my video on. I did an auction. I went to an auction, and it was my first auction, and I really wanted a stand-on lawnmower, and I looked at it, and on the top, it looked a little dark black, but it didn't dawn on me. And I'm pressing the button. I'm pressing the button. I originally I paid $600 for it, and I told my wife I got to go down there and get it, and she bought me a from Tractor Supply Store, six what is it, 6 foot wide by 8 foot long trailer. I had to buy the 6 foot wide because this lawnmower was 6 feet wide. And it didn't dawn on me till after I bought the dang thing that I bought something that was on fire. Oh God, this poor thing was roasted. I originally probably could have sold some of the parts on like the bottom of the wheels. I still have the tank. But the engine was on fire, melted away a whole lot of stuff. And I said, well, I'd probably get a new engine. And I'm look. I went to John Deere to find out how much the engine for this thing was. Guy said $3,000, and then we also you got to pay for it to get delivered and all that. I'm like, man, I got another short video where I took that daggone thing straight to. I should have, like I said, I should have took some of the parts off and sold it. Maybe I maybe could have recouped off of eBay. I could have recouped some of the like the muffler and stuff that wasn't toast. I could have recouped some of the money off of that, but I took that to the scrap yard and I was about to push it off my. The guy said, "I don't worry about it." He went and got on the crane, snatched it right off of there, threw it right in that pile. Oh, I'm sorry. I said Liz. I thought that was lashes. I'm sorry. You can tell I'm blind to the back. Sorry about that, Liz. Liz, hey, welcome, Mike. Welcome, whoever. If I don't see you, I apologize. I'm driving. Um, I'm just, guys. I'm just saying. It goes back to the original part of when I go and do a video. It's not because I have to do a video. It's not because I need to do a video. It's because I do a video because I want to do a video. And why you say I want to do a video? Because I'm having fun. If I could tell you anything or give you any form of advice, because we got a lot of folks that, we, everybody's a guru at something. I learned so I don't burn myself out. I learned that I'm going to do this because I'm having fun. And, you know, at my age, yes, I'm in my 50s. At my age, because I've been in survival mode since um, 18, 19. I've been in survival mode. The last 7, 8 years, I've learned that it's time to live and enjoy life and do things that you normally wouldn't do. I tell a video about, I God's got jokes because yeah, I really believe that the good Lord above is got jokes. Because I said, Lord, I have, uh-oh, almost lost y'all for a minute. I said, Lord, I haven't done nothing. I want to live. He said, okay, I got stuff for you. And I just started doing some crazy stuff, zip lining and getting lost in other countries and, cruising and stuff that I would have never done unless God had put people and situations uh into my path. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're right. Oh Lord. The big boss lady's in the house. Yeah, that's probably because she Miss T be up. Miss T be up. Miss T be up and out and about. Because a lot of times she really that's the one thing. When it pops up in my shorts and I see it and I see that you hit that, hey, thanks for watching, brother. Hey, that mean you up like me. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. But welcome in, boss lady. We just talking about a few things. The main thing what I was saying to everybody was that have fun. And Mike, you're right. Have fun. And I'm just so thankful. And Miss T, I want to say while you're here, thanks for finding my channel because it's been hilarious. It's been fun ever since. Because when I was doing YouTube, I had I had 4 subscribers. One was my best friend, one was my wife, one was my son, and the other one was me. Now I got 200. I'm over 250, and some people come back. I got people that actually watch it now. Watch me now. Watch me do goofy stuff. Watch me get excited, and it's real. Like I said, Mike, it's real excitement. And why I say that? Because we think when we young, hey, that fool don't know nothing. I should have. My father's a mechanic. He wasn't the nicest of people, but he was a mechanic, and it didn't dawn on me that I should have learned something while the man was alive. And it, even though I can't afford to go work on a car, because cars are more complicated, I'm working on this lawnmower, and I think I'm trying to prove something to myself that I could do it. And when I got that, because I was so terrified, I got that when I was so terrified because I said, "Oh, if I buy two more things this auction, and I can't get them to work, or they don't sell parts for this, or they don't do this, they don't do that, I'm gonna be broken." And I got out there, and especially with that core area, the thing's so heavy, I can't get it off my trailer, so I had to back it up in the corner, so off the street, so the associates don't see it. And I'm out there working on it, and I pulled the tank. I remember seeing a YouTube video. The guy that was working on the old lawnmower, he put this certain type of rust remover in the tank. I pulled the tank off, put that rust remover in there, moved it, blah blah blah, and I pulled off the carburetor. Got some spray to start, that starter spray. I got that, sprayed it in there, and it would come on for a second, cut off. Come on for a second, cut off. I said, "Whoa, wait a minute." I cleaned the tank. Then I looked at the hose that was going all the way through to get to the carburetor. It was still full. I'm thinking, what? Shouldn't that drain out or something? And then I went and bought a hose. I found a hose for it, and I I was trying to figure how can I get that through at the same spot, but it was something saying you're gonna have to take the engine off and then blah blah. And no, I didn't. But I pulled the old hose out, and I said, hopefully I can feed that sucker through this. So I got some grease, that grease spray, greased the hose up, got it through there, put it on, got it started. It started up for a minute, got it started for a minute, got it started for a minute, put gas in the brand new tank after it dried out, got it started, and that sucker started up and kept on going. That screaming you guys heard was me. I literally was crying because I was so freaking happy that I got that dang on thing working. And what I mean by that, I did something. I was out of my comfort zone. I made something work. And then I started looking, and I was figuring out that there's like a little when it's a little clutch thing that when it spins, it has to stop at a certain spot, and then you push the other lever, and then the front wheels will start moving. I figured that out, and I greased it up, but the front wheels are flat. So I'm getting excited because I might actually get this thing to work like it's supposed to. And I get so many views on y'all hearing me screaming or whatever because I was honestly happy. And that's why I get on here. That's why I watch folks. Uh Miss T, stay positive. See, because a lot of people like me feed off of that positivity. It makes the rest of our day. Because I swear, when you got that positivity, if somebody's laughing and giggling, because I'm that type of person, I absorb certain people's energy, and that's weird. It took years for me to figure out. I thought I was some freak of nature. I absorb positive energy, so that's why I stay away from negative channels. I stay away from negative people because guess what? That'll make me negative because I absorb people's energy, even over the daggone internet. You know. Uh, So stay positive, be positive. That's why I look at y'all chat. I check your channel out. You're happy. You're going about it. You ain't looking for that drama. I had to turn one dude off because he's on a live and he just flipped the heck out on some dude that came into the chat instead of just blocking him and erasing him. He called him everything but a child of God. So they must have been fighting or something or whatever. I'm like, yo, stay that positive route because you don't know there's someone down the line, they might be going through something. And I'm not saying I'm going through something right now, but I've been through a whole lot. They might be going through something and they need to hear that positivity. Because guess what? They might be attracted to that and it might help them in ways that none of y'all can appreciate. None of y'all can understand. And why you say that? Because we need to be able to, we're not built. Everybody thinks that I can take it. I'm by myself. I'm strong and I'm this. No, we're not built to be alone. We're not. We're built to interact with folks. We're built. That's why a lot of people can't get off the internet because it's the only friends they got. You know what I mean? And that it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But stay the course. Stay positive. That's why your channels are growing because people are attracted to that. A lot of people and a lot of other people are attracted to drama. Why I have no freaking idea, but I'm not one of them. You know what I mean? I'm not attracted to drama. I'm attracted to positivity. I look forward to it. Like what I forgot what it was. Someone last night I was in their live. They had me dying. It's the aunt and the nephew. Yo, they had me cracking up. And at first, I caught them on the wrong video, and I'm like, well, it's a little negative for me. But I said, you know what? Something said, let me go back and try them again. And I actually left some comments. And lately, I don't leave comments. I leave y'all smiley face, and that's it. Because you know what? I don't need that drama. Because I remember I got called out on one video. I had said something that was taken the wrong way, and he be on your videos. It was taken the wrong way. I was just reliving something in my head about my father, and the guy took it the wrong way. And he was like, he said, "My father kicked your father's ass," and I'm like, wait a minute, bro. I didn't mean it like that. And he even went and came back and commented on a video of mine where I was recapping, my father's passing and everything. And no, not recapping. It was on the video of me almost losing my life. And he came on there and said some smart ass thing that your father should have told you your father should have told you to not be in that business. And I had to sit back and think that rage was coming up in me, but I said, no. I'm gonna do the right thing. And I kept it on there for a minute and I apologized. I publicly apologized. I said, you took something that I said in a comment the wrong way, and I apologize. This is what I meant by saying that, and I apologized. And I left it up for about an hour, and then I blocked that person. You know what I'm saying? And I was really hurt because, I take things to heart. Things to me go a little it goes 10 squared. You know what I mean? And I say, you know what? I'm putting myself out there too much, and I'm going to go back to minding my daggone business. I even did a rant on that. And that's why y'all see I just do smiley faces. But when I relax enough to actually give you a comment, that means that I'm putting some trust in you, that you're nice enough that I could trust you with, me being myself. But I also have to watch my words, because a lot of times, because you're typing it and not saying it, and people don't see um they don't see your facial expressions, they don't see your mannerisms, they don't realize what you're actually saying. You know what I mean? And we have to remember that on the internet, because a lot of people, they see that and they've already had a bad day, they're already assuming the worst, and they think that you being whatever. And I'm not. I'm actually the biggest teddy bear that you've ever seen. I'm what's called, I don't like to even talk about it, but I'm what they call an emotional empath. I didn't realize I was. I'm not that, I don't read minds or whatever, but growing up in a very harsh environment, I've learned to be hypersensitive to situations. I didn't realize that, because I had to go back and look, and I took the test, and it said, heck yeah, you are one. Um, so that's why it's so funny. That's why I'm a truck driver, because I'm at peace when I'm by myself. And he says people like me that are hypersensitive like the outdoors. Guess what I did before I was truck driver? I installed satellite dishes. A lot of my jobs were me working alone outside. And then when that dawned on me, this was like literally right before I started. My 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 thing was, on my original name on in the internet, on YouTube, was Can't Stop Walk. No, Can't Stop Walking. And then the But Love moment came when I realized that I was very hypersensitive, and what it said in the descriptions, people like me like to be outside. And I said, let me try that. And I started getting outside, and I just literally started. I bought a chair out, and I would just sit in my driveway. And it went from a couple of minutes to a couple of hours to really. Just sometimes when I'm home, my wife will bring my dinner to me, because I'm sitting outside in the driveway, just looking at the lawn or looking at the destruction that I've wreaked, trying to, fix my lawn. What am I saying, guys? You got to learn your weaknesses, learn your mistakes, and learn how to overcome them. And the thing about this is, I just been talking and talking and talking, and I thank y'all for listening. The reason I'm enjoying it is because a lot of times I'm either listening. I start. This is a weird confession. Like I said, I start out positivity. I start out listening to some Japanese, because I'm originally a black geek. Some Japanese rock and roll music, and it gets me jumping, and I don't even know what the heck the guy's saying because it's in Japanese. But that little bit of positivity takes me going for a good part of the day. And then guess what I do? I have a routine now. That's why, like, look, 8, 9 o'clock, I'm Miss T with the T. Why? Because I'm listening to the positivity and that positive. Hey, welcome, Sweet Reed. I love going to her channel. I'd even said a video about you. There was a video you had talked about someone passing. And would you not believe, because being hypersensitive, I'm in this truck crying with you. You tearing up, and I'm like tearing up. I'm like, oh my God. I got I got I start praying for you, praying for the person. I like, oh, because I absorbed that energy. And I'm like, oh my God. And that's why I'm saying all that to say, be positive, try as your best you can, stay positive, look for the good in things, have fun with your channel. I see a lot of folks, they struggle. Um, I'm Captain Mouth Almighty once you get me going. They struggle with the conversations or whatever they do, the ins and outs. Stay positive with what you're saying. Stay positive with what you're doing. Like I said, so I got in there with someone that was making fun of Jared Talks, some troll, and it just broke my heart. And I sent them young I sent the guy a message. Said, man, bro, don't don't let these people don't let these people knock you down. You keep going. You're nice. You seem like a nice guy. You're a nice person. You enjoy yourself. Have fun with it. Don't let these people bring you down because they can bring you down real quick, and you be like, I ain't doing this no more. Blah blah blah, and you running away from something that you find so much enjoyment in doing. You know, don't let people do that, but find the joy in it. What? Okay, even if this is not what people want to see, I'm going to do it because I'm having fun doing it. And if they want to see it, they the ones that want to see it gonna come to you. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm sorry, sweetie. Yeah. It's you don't realize you miss somebody till they're gone. You know what I mean? You don't realize you miss somebody till they're gone. And that's the thing. Life is short. Y'all just reminded me. I did make a promise. Y'all might see a video of me jumping out of an airplane. I might have to wear. I might have to wear. It depends. And I got to get below 200. Right now, I'm at 250, 255. I got to lose that because life's short, and we need to um, we need to live it to the fullest. What you guys don't realize, what I do as a truck driver is very dangerous. But when I say very, it's very dangerous. And I know. So when I get out this puppy, I need something that's gonna calm me down. That's gonna take me away from this. That's gonna um, keep me grounded. And I try to find things that I enjoy. I try to do things that my wife enjoys. You know, you gotta keep that keep that same energy that keeps you going. I wish I would have. Sometimes I wish I would have, stayed in school and did this and did that. That's another story. Why, I originally had went to school to become a chef. I went to Johnson and Wales, but as a young man, I defended my mother from my father, and he stopped paying for my college, so I had to drop out. I don't want to be down at everybody, but it's funny how I go from being a chef, being in the military, all kind of stuff, and now I'm a truck driver, which I duly love. But I there's only a few more years of this I'm gonna be able to do because you get old, boy. You gotta have driving a truck. You gotta have your wits about you. You know what I mean? Driving a truck, you gotta have your wits about you. And if you don't, if you don't, you don't. But you you're gonna pay for it in the end. You know. Let's see what you said. Yep. Yeah. And I, sweet Ree, I had one guy. He literally, uh, I do, I do a dedicated route. Most of the time, I'm in Laporte, Texas. I'm in. I go from Laporte, Texas, to the Pennsylvania area. A lot of times, Connecticut. I go through New York, but I don't. I don't deliver in New York. Um, and I go to West Virginia, Nitro, West Virginia, Tennessee, and make a big circle. A lot of times I go to down to what you call it, the Mexican border. I have a certain area I do. A couple of days, my my DM driver manager is off, so I get no different people that do my route. Now I remember I was delivering in Chicago. I was delivering in Chicago. I said, "Hey," and I called in. I need you to set me up for my next load, but I really don't want to go west. The reason I'm saying that is an experienced truck driver checks the weather reports on the highway. There's a big old storm coming across IE, and he says, and he tried that newbie stuff that these driver managers do on a new driver, and they say, well, you're supposed to do all 48 states. I said, who told you that? I said, I'm on dedicated route. The only thing that's heading that way is two stops in Nevada on I-80. It's I deliver paint to Sherwin Williams. Then I go across a mountain range that was saying there's going to be 6 feet of snow up there. And then I go to get, chemicals on the other side of that mountain range. And then I said, who told you that? There's a big behind storm coming that way. I'm not going even if you give it to me. How about that? And he got mad. Next thing you know, I'm sitting in I'm sitting in Chicago for the weekend. I was like, the new guys here, most people would have got mad and blah blah. I said, you know what? Please, this is the good Lord telling me I don't need to be going that way anyway. You think you hurt? You think he thought he was hurting me? You know what I'm saying? You ain't hurting me. I sat there and I laid up in that bed and slept, got up, slept again, got up, and took something to knock me right the heck back out and went back to sleep. See, a lot of times these new drivers, why you see these big old accidents, because they scared to say no. And guess what happened that Monday? My DM came in. Guess what? I told him what's going on. I said, hey, man, because they didn't get me a load. I said, hey, man, my load canceled. Am I getting paid for this? He said, yeah. So I got paid for sitting on my big, fat, juicy butt for 3 days. You learn your profession, learn your whatever. I'm known for driving. I barely come into even when I'm home. When I'm home, I don't joke and toke and all that other stuff. I get my stuff and I take my behind home. So a lot of times when I come into the office, only the old heads know who the heck I am. And what I mean by that, my original driver manager is actually the head guy now, and he knows my demeanor. What I mean by that, I had to cuss his behind out one time, but I did it professionally because when I first started this, dedicated route, I said, wait a minute, we're doing this little kind of A double S backwards. How we doing this? What I mean by that, they would just give me a load, and a lot of times the next load I had to pick up, what truck drivers know, it's called deadhead. It was a day's run to get the next load. So if I'm picking up in Northern California and my next load is in Southern California, guess what? If you can't give me the information, at least tell me which way I need to start going. And say, hey, look, I need you to start heading towards Los Angeles. Even if I only got 3 or 4 hours on the clock, I'm gonna do 3 hours and look for a place to shut down. And that's using some common sense. So I said that. I went to a higher up and said that. And this, he's a young man. He called me and he started yelling at me for going over his head. And I said, hey, hold up, player. Ain't nobody. If I got a problem with you, I'm a grown behind man. I got gray in my hair. I will come to you, tell you to your face. I ain't got no problem with you. And I'm explicitive. And we, after that, I actually gained his respect. And now, even when he was advancing and he left being a DM, and I would call him from time to time and say, hey, look, hey, I need some help here because I'm about to go off. You're very level headed. He became level headed after that. What do you think I should do? What do you think I should stay? And he would intervene for me. So he knows who I am, and I'm trying to do the right thing, be the right person, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And I remember, see, I'm in the dry, I'm in the dry section, that does dry loads, but I pull a refrigerated trailer. Why I pull a refrigerated trailer? Because a lot of the chemicals I got has to be um, uh, refrigerated. And so one day I was coming back off of my off time, and I had went in there and I said, "Hey man, I need a refrigerated trailer. And there's none. The ones in the yard either not working or red tag." And he said, "Well, ask so and so." And this guy was a driver manager for the refrigerator group. And I told him I needed a trailer. And he goes down and he says, "Have you checked the yard?" And I'm thinking like, "Hey man, I know you just heard me tell him I checked the yard and there's none in the yard. I ain't saying nothing." So he goes around the list and writes all these numbers down. And he says, "Check these trailers." And again, but I said it out loud. I said, "I'm going to go out there and I'm going to write next to each and every one of these what's wrong with those trailers that you just told me. And then I'm going to need you to get me a trailer." And then the head guy comes and ho. He's one of us. This is his terminal. And I looked over there and I said, "Yeah." He said, he said, "Dare don't play now." And, and I said, "Yeah, I said out loud, I think I got it. I think I need a pat on the back for that one because he's about to get it. This is what they do to new drivers. They treat them like crap and think they supposed to. No, man, I know my job. I check before I check before I can, you know what I mean. Then you gonna tell me to check again? No, no. Who do? Where do we do that at? You know what I mean? But but okay, but that's really uh okay. I think I'm going to uh close this live out, and I just want to thank everyone for rolling with me. Y'all just made. Let's see how many. 670. I done drove 120 miles talking to you folks, and I appreciate it. And the sun comes up. What y'all don't realize is, um, as a truck driver, and actually human beings, between the hours of 12 and 3 is a struggle for anybody and everybody. In those dark hours, you know, um, you tend to get sleepy, even if you slept all day all night. But right now, the sun is actually coming up. And what that does is it's like a trigger into your brain that, hey, wake up, the sun is up. And it's one thing as a truck driver I learned that. But like say, hey, sweet, we will gonna keep you in our prayers. Thank everybody for coming by. Appreciate you. Um, I'm gonna start doing some early morning lives because I'm slowly growing, which to me it's a marathon. But I'm gonna start working on my hours and coming up with some conversations and stuff like that. And I should have dropped the link. That I'll do it next time. 'Cause like I said, I can't look at too much while I'm driving. Um, but yeah, y'all already know each other. But you in the future, hashtag can't stop. Uh, if you put that in the link, um, I actually got what you would call it, Nightbot to act right, and Miss B, she taught me how to turn off that stuff so that y'all can have the little emojis and the hearts and the hands, all that. Because Nightbot was Nightbot was being sniper bot and taking folks out. You know what I mean? Nightbot was taking folks out left and right, and I didn't know, and I was scared to touch anything. I was scared to touch anything. So I'm telling folks, hey, don't do this, don't do that. But y'all, Miss V, Miss V, she be teaching folks. You know what I mean? Yeah, bully, bully bot. But I turned off all that stuff so y'all can do it now. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me see something here. There it is. You could actually, in the future, I'll leave that up there. Uh, Nightbot is bully bot. Nightbot be getting you, boy. But see, this is what I love about our street, our YouTube streets. You start using that about our YouTube street. You can go to certain channels and you can actually learn how to fix problems. You know what I mean? You go to certain channels and learn how to grow food. I'm trying to get my wife to watch Mike. I'm trying to get my wife to watch your channel. Cause she kills stuff in a heartbeat. I'm like, hey, babe, you gotta water that. Like right now we got I bought an avocado tree. I forgot where I got it from, but that thing is growing better. I think it's actually growing better near my back door than it was outside. So I'm gonna leave it there for a while because I got deer that come through my backyard. I was growing. I had like some collard greens in a pot in that tree. I, I'm pretty sure they don't look like collard greens, but everybody said they was. Boy, them deer back, they went by there. Whoop, thank you for the flavor. I'm like, you big mother plopper plopper plop. Hey, Nightbot, welcome. How you doing? Yeah, it worked. But I'm thinking I might start doing because my backyard is a pathway for the deer. I might put like a little trough back there near the fence. Start feeding the deer so they leave my stuff. So they leave my stuff alone. You know what I mean? But oh no, see, I gotta get off here. I got the giggles now. Yeah, but y'all, oh man, oh man, I'm actually lost for words right now because I got the giggles. Dude, this is gonna be a good day because I got what Got a few hours left uh, to deliver this, and then I got to head north. It's gonna be a good day. Gonna be a good day. But hey, guys, I appreciate y'all coming by and hanging out with hanging out with a brother. Y'all have a nice day. Be blessed. Uh, keep sweet reading your prayers. And I'm going. I'm actually going. I got a few hours to get ready for Miss T with the T, and start the rest of my day. So God bless and peace out. Hey, yeah, and hit the like button. Appreciate it.